this week, and I'm here with the cast of The Drop.
Stifler, Dawson Savior, Himalaya Player, Jack Rapper Stallion,
Mcfly,
BB.
Zack Attack. Zack No Limit with the skill.
All right.
Oh, that's
don't
new.
Don't
That's
drag it.
fucking
Don't drag
new.
it. Don't drag
Nah.
it. Not today. Not today.
Damn.
No limit with the skillet. Okay.
Cook it up.
So this week, we've been having talks amongst ourselves, and there's a lot of people out there who have potential and aspirations to reach a higher level in their lives, and they often jeopardize those situations and get themselves mixed up into legal situations. So we're here to talk about it and wonder, is there a solution for that? Is there a solution? Yeah.
What's the solution?
Let your friend take the rap. That's it.
So you and three of your friends are robbing Rite Aid, right? And then what exactly happened?
Why has to be right? It couldn't be a bank.
All right, Target, Michael's, Joanne's. Don't go there. I'm just saying. So what happens then? Y'all three walk in, two of your friends get caught up.
This is what you got to do.
No finesse.
All right. If you're the one that's in the good career, all that extra shit, you got to be at the back.
Oh.
You got to make your friend go first. In case they grab her, you just run back in the store, drop all the shit, and then walk out after. You good. She takes the rap.
Sis is front. She carry a big bag. Yo, keep that shit on. Stop playing. But now, I just think there needs to be more opportunities out there for people like us, middle class, lower class. If it wasn't for that, I don't think we'd have to go to the extremes to do these crazy things like rob and steal and scam and sell drugs.
I will say, I know, in the 80s, early 90s, it was not the thing to do. People were selling drugs and breaking the law because they had no other choice. This is what they knew, and this is how they knew to provide for their families or get money or whatever. Now, it's cool. It's cool to be, a scammer. It's cool, but
Sure
they don't understand that that's a federal crime. You doing Fed time.
You're right. That's blue collar crime at this point in time. I mean, it is what it is. They're trying to put food on the table. So sometimes I can't be mad. I know some old Jamaican cats that have been drug dealing their whole lives. They got big ex-wives.
Why they gotta be Jamaican?
Because they are.
I live uptown. I'm sorry. Or I used to live uptown, whatever we gonna call it. I know a lot of cats like that got nice cars, decent cribs, take care of their kids, send them to private school regardless, and they make it happen. I mean, here's some of them have to go to
They drive them as in four baby
and come back or whatever, but at the end of the day, they making it work. So if it works out for some people, I don't knock them,
How about the ones that get caught?
The ones that get caught, then you that was a risk you took. You were like, all right, I can make 100 bands doing this, but the time is 10 years for it. So they weighed their options. If you get caught, you get caught. If you don't, it is what it is. But that's something that you shouldn't have to put your kids through because that's decisions you made. Unless you set them up some way, somehow, and you were able to not get that time, then yeah. But if you're not taking the right steps, and if you're not, a savant in what you're doing, then don't do it.
Listen, you gotta get rich or go to get jail trying. That's it.
Or you
That's
50.
it. That's it.
I want to hear what Stifler has to say though.
as black folks, right? Well, I'll just speak for myself. I'm the darkest one in there, right? Sometimes we don't have the resources to go ahead and go get certain things that we want in life. You feel where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are forced to do certain things that we don't want to do to try to make ends meet, which I think is pretty fucked up because, we all have morals we live by, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But sometimes you gotta put your morals to the side to go get a fucking dollar, and I think that's whack,
Yeah,
But then there's also the 50 Cent side to it of get rich and die trying that I've started to embrace myself, where it's like, man, fuck it, man. You only got one chance to live. You only got one shot at this shit. Why live this shit broke? Why live this shit in poverty? You might as well get up and try to make something happen. But a nigga like me, I'm gonna try to make something happen, just not try to risk going to jail. That's all.
You always gotta weigh your options. That's number one. And don't be one of these cats that want to buy a quarter pound and sell niggas on dimes and get caught with a quarter pound and have to do a couple months in jail just because you want to get Balmain's. Don't do it. It's a waste of time.
But no, there's ways to finesse it. You could flip that to a store or a business, and you could have your lawyer money set. Cause I see niggas go to jail for some shit and come right back out.
And I've seen a lot of niggas go to jail for some shit and start a GoFundMe. Just saying.
But here's the thing too, though. A lot of reasons why people are going to jail is like when
I'm saying they criminals here. Like not criminals.
No, I get it.
They're
but
doing,
it's like,
you know what I mean?
Also though, it's like you doing the crimes, you gotta hold it down. Like a lot of reasons why people get caught up in things is like they're doing the crimes and then they're getting caught and then they're telling.
You gotta also have the right people around you. Like,
yeah,
you know,
but you never know.
Because
like, you never know. Like your best friend, you could be with your best friend running for years. That nigga get caught up telling everything.
It's Frank Sinatra.
And you thought you trusted him, but you never know. So is it really worth the risk? You mentioned earlier $100,000. $100,000 is worth 10 years in jail.
For some people, it is.
Hell
No, I agree with you. Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no.
100 million maybe. 100,000.
I said for some people, that's what. But you got to think about it like this: some people go to jail for 10 years or work for 10 years and still don't make $1 million.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
But you still gonna go to jail for 100,000?
Well, I was just throwing a
you're
right, but I was throwing a low number just to be.
And then you might not even come back home. That's
a fact.
People need to start being honest. Jail is not like a playground, like, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, like, they say like chase the bag, right? It's chasing the bag worth freedom or some shit like that. I believe that's whatever the case is. But like, for me, I would chase the bag just for freedom. If you get where I'm coming from. I'm only really trying to make money just to be free. Like, I don't like society. Let me just clarify that, by the way. I don't like society at all. So, like, I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. If I could just wake up and just go to fucking
Thailand,
Bora Bora in Thailand, or one of those fucking places, I just want to get up and do that. I don't want to have to like follow all the rules of society and ask this person as if I'm a bitch. Excuse my language, or like, you know, as if like I'm a slave or something. And so for me, I mean, is chasing bag worth your freedom? Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, you're only trying to make money, and I'm speaking for myself, I don't know about nobody else. I'm only trying to make money to buy my freedom papers at the end of the day.
But there's to an extent, like, I know people that got a mother, a father, their father got a business, the business could be theirs, they have a house, raised right, went to private school, and then decided to sell drugs because they cousin selling drugs. And that aspect really isn't worth it because you have other options.
It's not only because it's cool. Sometimes they want to be independent. They want to have shit for themselves. Not because your parents is doing it.
But those same people can go to their pops or find. There's ways you can just start working.
Some people doesn't want it from their parents. They want it for themselves.
So why do you just go work at McDonald's?
If you come from a family that already has it made, have their own business, have their own money, doing their own thing, and you go and sell drugs, you just moving backwards.
That's what I said.
Like your parents, I would say, they work hard so that you don't have to do what they did. But that's for you to go backwards
but that's still your parents' money. What about your own money? What about your own?
All right, and I'm kind of on BB on this sense, right? On the sense of, you know, it's your parents' money, right? And I can't speak for nobody else, but I can speak for myself, right? And these people may have money and shit of that sort, but like, how can you ask them? What if they don't even see the vision that you see, right?
Right.
So then, how can you ask them to actually follow behind your vision? And do you think that they would 9 times out of 10? Like, I'm just keeping on myself. My parents is old-fashioned, so they're stuck on, like, if it ain't education-based or, like, some other retarded shit, then they just don't see it. You get what I'm saying? And I'm trying to tell them, like, listen, my nigga, like, there's a lot of new ways of making money and being just as up there like you guys. You know what I'm saying? And then you realize, you know what? Fuck asking for their handout. Let me just go get it on my own. And then sometimes, like, as black folks, like I just said earlier before, we don't have the resources, right? Sometimes. So, like, some niggas, you could go get a job and then build up. And another thing that's wrong with, at least for me, I don't have patience, right? So, like, that long structure of doing this, wait till I get to this. Plus, I'm living in New York City. Like, time moves too fast for me. Like, if I'm sitting there and I'm going to stack this money and do that, I'm watching a lot of people live fast. And I'm like, come on, I'm moving too slow.
I got a question though. We talking about us, lower level. What about like rappers and industry people that have everything and risks all of that for nothing.
They can't get out the hood mentality. They can't get out the hood.
But how? I mean, you're literally like, look at Sean. He was literally out of the hood.
Nigga, I was born in the truck.
1999 had all these hits. You got Puff Daddy, the King of New York, next to you. He had that album is classic. That's one.
Shine's album?
Shine album is great.
It's a classic.
That's another time.
Day,
but it was good. It was really good. He's better than our rapper friends at the time. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. More successful, not better. Sorry.
Yeah, more success about it.
At the end of the day, for like a little quarrel in the club, you went and shot somebody in the face.
He didn't listen. That's coming from the time of. He grew up in an era and a time where he had to do what he had to do to survive. So all that rapper shit went out the window in that situation, and he did what he did. Should he have been carrying a gun? Wait. But I'm just saying, you coming from the hood, and you coming from that way of living, that's why that outcome happened.
I don't even know who y'all talking about.
Alright, so let me go a little bit more recent.
Capital S, capital H.
Let me go more recent. Those kind of things, like look what's happening to Meek right now. All the things that he did when he was younger, look what it's doing to him now.
Yeah,
was it worth it? He finally got away from Nicki Minaj. Everything, his songs was getting better to me. He wasn't yelling as much. It should have sounded better.
It's not about if it's worth it, because really, like he something that he did when he was 19 and he's like 31.
Nah, he's like 20
no, he's not. No, he's not.
He's
87. He's 30 or 31 or 86. I don't know.
He's 31.
Look it up.
Okay.
But the thing is, he did something when he was 19. The fact that he's still on probation for a non-violent crime, that's ridiculous. And at the point where he's completely rehabilitated his life, granted he probably violated, he had dirty urine, and he popped a wheelie on a bike in New York City, but he rehabilitated his whole life, which is what jails originally, that's the purpose for that.
Listen, I'm not even, I'm not even a Meek Mill fan, but honestly, it's not even about him putting his life in jeopardy. We can't even really talk about Meek Mill in that sense. It's the way the system is built and fucked up for going to jail for whatever it is. Like when Bill Clinton made it to where you had an eighth in your pocket, you was going to jail for 6 months. Like shit was crazy back in the day. So just to say that the system is fucked up and the way they handled Meek Mill's situation was totally fucked up. I hope that he gets some kind of shining light, silver lining in the situation. But go ahead.
All right, so I just want to ask one question. Do you think the transition from street shit to getting out the street shit is easy?
No.
It's not.
I have a question too. If Meek Mill was a regular person, would y'all be saying this?
Yes, I would. Because I know regular people that are in fucked up situations and it's dead ass wrong.
A lot of people would not be saying that.
I'm with you on that.
But listen, you could go back to say, like, for example, like Rosa Parks, for example, right? How much black people done sat in the back of the bus and they give up their seat? But their story is not as big as her because of the position that she was in. But I mean, she worked for the NAACP, so that was different. She was in a different position to shine a light, to bring attention to shit that's wrong. And that's what Meek is.
But the craziest part about that is black people don't even want to sit in the front of the bus no more.
On the back, right?
They want to sit in the back that's lit. Like, they want to sit in the lit.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But the purpose, and the point is that there was an injustice, right? And it took somebody in a position to bring focus to that. The same thing with Meek. Like, he's a rapper and he's well known, so he's in a position.
I get all that. But do you really think it was like, and this is another thing, right? Meek, dark-skinned man, respect him, love him, pause, no homo. Pause, just say, yeah, no pause. I don't want to get sued, right? But, you know.
Wait, sued by who?
They gonna bleep you out.
LGBT. Yeah, you feel me? You feel me? So that's why I said pause, but yeah, whatever. So now, Meek Mill, right? He's a rapper, right? And I feel like they already gave him a lot of chances, right? And I'm not even like, I'm really not trying to like downplay, but yo, I've never seen a lot of people get so many chances like this, man. And yo, I don't give a crap if he didn't beat up this airplane pilot or whoever, just to get into some next shit after you already was granted freedom.
Exactly.
Right? And granted, the charges was dropped. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say. But do you know the type of? I would have been walking like a Jesus, like.
Fact.
Don't touch my garment. I'm not getting no problems.
To that point, it's true because Remy, she's on parole as well.
She wild out though.
No. I'm talking about since she's been home. She's saying that since she's been home, she doesn't even allow that type of like you have clean urine and clean. She don't. If you smoking weed, she says like, "Yo, you over there," because she doesn't even want to give them a reason to have her locked up. So does he play a part in it?
She's also
Yes,
how long was she in
jail? 7 winners and 6 summers.
But wait. And I also think that sometimes it's not even that. I think it is we try to make examples.
Oh, that's a fact.
Like Bobby Shmurda and them, all of them guys. It's not all of them guys. It might be 1 or 2 of them off of that song that might have been really, really bad. I'm pretty sure Bobby's not the main guy, but they're like, no, we're taking you and Rowdy. Y'all got the hottest song ever right now. We're gonna hold you down, and that's it. So everybody knows. Like, look at these 2 we got right here.
Yeah, but that's what started the whole indictments across New York City, though. It started off with them GS9 cats moving through Brooklyn. They went through all the projects.
You know, Bobby and Rowdy, they example for y'all. Because they held it down.
They held it down.
And you know what's funny? It's kind of a give and take because if they weren't doing what they doing and being who they were, they wouldn't have buzzed. But they caught up to them. So it's kind of way themselves.
Exactly. And you know what? Bobby Shmurda and Rowdy Rebel, man, I really do feel bad about that situation, and I definitely agree that it's about making an example out of niggas. But we was always taught about the white man trying to make an example out of us. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not shocked when it. That's why I was listening to ask me, man, you want to be a rapper? I said, nigga, I ain't trying to spend a day in jail, right? Because like, listen to me, man. Listen to me. I don't give a flying fuck. I love my freedom. I love looking at women walking up and down the block. I don't want to be around men 24/7. That's my biggest fear, man. You feel me?
They have girl boys in jail.
Listen, man, we're not even playing those type of games. You see, you talking that talk, that's totally illegal. But
He said that's illegal.
no, yes, that's totally. But
the ones you share your cookies with. I know you. I like you. I want you.
I'm being real with you because I heard about you. I was waiting on you at the door.
Rowdy Rebel and they got more caught up, but then we also have this whole tax situation.
No,
he's a gangster.
Rowdy and Bobby totally different. Tax
no, I'm saying
he's a fucking fool. My man is a fucking fool. I'm sorry. Your fingerprints is on the gun. Get a glove, dog. That's it.
I don't know who you are.
Chris, right? Get that fucking coon hat on this nigga.
Oh, right. If you're gonna use the word coon, use it correctly. The nigga fucked up by having his fingerprints on the gun. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I really like Tax. I thought that he was like a perfect example of, a street nigga starting to do some good shit in his life, with his whole podcast. That shit was great. I mean, he is exactly.
I respect the movement he made.
You know what I mean? He busts a lot of people with these podcasts nowadays, and that was Tax. He was the first one. And then, we have Troy Ave, who's on the opposite side.
I actually listen to Troy Ave, but so, I like Troy Ave music. I'm not on the other side. I'm in the middle, right? But I will say this much: Taxstone was totally crazy with that shit. Because the thing about it is, he's actually made it. Like he was on them. Man, I'm not letting no nigga.
But then
I don't give a shit if you bigger than me or higher than me in stature. You're not gonna throw me off my game once I realize I'm actually evolving.
But here's the thing. There goes back to the thing that I was originally talking about. Like, you come from something. Like, you come from the hood. You come from these street rules. You come from this thing. So once you reach a certain level, I feel like if that's really you and that's really who you are, that doesn't leave you.
But how
you still that carries you through. Carries you with your life.
What is it?
Jay-Z?
What is it worth? What is it worth though? What is
Marcy
it worth?
Projects? Selling crack in Marcy Projects?
But look at Jay-Z.
He wasn't shooting killing niggas. Like,
Well, he did shoot at.
Is it real? Did he sell crack? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If he sells crack, you better hold strap.
He said it on
I
comments.
believe in it, but I'm just
That's not nothing new. I'm just
But you gotta understand, Jay-Z's
Jay is a completely different level than Tax was.
No, but
I'm saying, but he
at the time
started
it was
at
the same way.
that
But you gotta understand that some of these guys know
Go look at his first music video. That thing was
they
trash.
know they value though, because Jay know like what am I risking? This whole record label,
No,
you know, everything.
listen, let
Some
me
people
tell
have
you
families.
something.
Forget about how those people get affected. Your daughter, your child, your
We don't
mother.
know. Listen, none of us know these people personally,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Jay, we don't know him personally
You're right,
in 1996 when he first popped or when he first buzzed, and in '96 he wasn't even what he is now.
Okay.
Now he's a completely different. He's the icon. He's on a different level. For him to result all the way back to that, but how many years has that been from '96
No, but-
to now? Tax was. It wasn't quick, but it was quick, and he was
I'm
still
not
on a
talking
level
about-
where he was
I
touchable.
wasn't talking about
He
now.
was still-
I was talking about then.
But I'm saying with Tax, he was still reachable. He was still doing interviews with people that was coming out of the neighborhood that he lived in. He was still reachable. He was still in that. He didn't really bust
I
to
can
like
use
the
an example.
next
Yeah.
level.
I think Stifler, and you would know this, Karan Butler.
Yeah.
He almost went to jail in a house raid.
Why only them two? I don't know.
Oh, I'm
no,
sorry.
Karan
I
Let's watch sports.
Karan Butler's a basketball player.
I know.
In fact, my fault. That was my fault. My bad, Miss Vyshé. I don't want no smoke. Karan Butler they ran down on like a house raid. And he was really nice at basketball at the time. I think he was 14 when that ended up happening. And he went to jail. Well, he got locked up, I think, in juvie for holding guns and shit like that. But once he went through that process in his life when he was a teenager to understand that it could be over for the rest of his life, he stopped that. And that hood mentality left him, went to college, got drafted, and played ball.
Same thing happened to
Allen
Allen.
Iverson. But guess what?
That
It
one
didn't
mentality
change.
ain't leave his
He
ass.
got pardoned. He got lucky. They pardoned his ass, and he became.
Well, then that's another.
That nigga.
I'm saying that's an aspect of people get mad chances and still be fucking up. But then there's also people that did get those same minimal amount of chances and then made the right decisions. So it's depending on how you want to live your life.
It's true.
I'll be honest with you. You like they said, you could take a nigga out the hood, but you can't take
Take
the hood out the nigga.
That's a fact.
And if the nigga is really a hood nigga, then you just gonna be. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much money you make, especially in this rap game or whatever entertainment. It's fast money. Understand? It's fast money that you're not really working hard for.
Right.
You're not being a different person to make that money. You're being the same street nigga to make money. So at the end of the day, what you gonna continue doing? You can continue being that same street nigga once some nigga try to come up to you.
Exactly, and that's what I feel.
Alright, great.
And then listen, we also have local people that have been
Yes,
invited, and we have
unfortunately.
local people that we all personally know. Well,
That's what Jim Beam, man.
I mean, it's rough because you're still here, so you're still right. Like you said, you can be touched. You're right there in it. So it's not like you have another choice. And then I'm doing it. My friend's gonna do it, and then we all get caught up in the same bullshit. So
I agree. I feel like peer pressure is one of the biggest things that go on.
Yes.
And guys don't even want to accept it, like that they're being peer pressured. Like they don't even really see it. And
They don't know
real
this.
quick, Zach, have you ever had a situation where you've been in like a peer pressure type of a thing, or your friends were doing some illegal
with the
shit?
cool kids,
Okay,
that's
when
what
they get
I'm
caught up.
I'll give you two situations. One is I was with my friends and they said they wanted to smoke and they said, "Yo, Zach, we're gonna smoke in your car and we're gonna do it on this block because this block is a safe block." And I say, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I never not on this block." They're like, "Nah, you good." And I'm like, "Are you sure, bro?" Boom, we go there. 2 tools, we rolling up. You know what I mean? Them boys pull up on us. Everybody gets out the car. They gotta search us. Luckily, it was the gun boys, so they wasn't looking for stuff like that. But I let my friends tell me what I needed to do with my car at the time at the place.
Okay.
And I fell into peer pressure at that time. Boy, it was my fault though for letting that happen. But you know, it happened.
I hope they make you
There-
smoke for free.
Has there ever been any other situation that you've been in that your friends were going one way and you decided to go the other, or did you go with them?
So back in the day, you know, I used to dance and all that. Now I make
still
money
dance.
moves.
You Cardi B.
So there was a group called Fresh Kids back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was dope. I was like, yo, word is cats, you know, they getting light, they doing Jamaican dances, all out, reggae, whatever is popping. I wanna be down. They have to jump me in or nothing like that. I'm like, yo, you gotta dance, you gotta do what you do, and
Save the
get
last
down.
kids.
Right. So I tried to basically audition for them, and it was cool. Everybody was banging with me. It was like, yo, hi, this is a cool cat, right? But that was short lived. Like maybe a couple months later, they started shooting niggas and beating niggas up, and I'm like, yo, listen.
Oh, I didn't sign up for
I
this.
ain't signed up for all
Beating
that.
niggas up or getting beat up?
And what up?
All
No.
right.
Maybe me out all your
Just real
shenanigans.
quick,
yo.
those guys though,
You got
talking
your
about
shenanigans,
risking your lives and risking your, you know what I'm saying? Are those guys still around in the street, or are they locked up? Like
some of them unfortunately ran into bad situations where it all caught up.
Did they run into bad situations? They put themselves.
Both. You know, they ran into because there's a lot of indictments that went down across the Bronx.
New York City,
right? And maybe 60% of those guys weren't nobody. Like they weren't the big homies.
They didn't have corner.
They were just in the wrong.
We know how indictments.
Like they were just the wrong place in the wrong time, or they just hung out with the wrong people. So
or you let the gangsters in your crew.
Like whatever happened. But yeah, being around certain people ended up leading them into the wrong paths. So I mean, yeah, you know, things happen, but I didn't let that happen to me because I said, listen, I can't hang out with certain people. That's not my stilo. That's not my MO. I ain't doing that. Like at the time, I wanted to just straight dance, I guess, you know. And now, you know,
dance and sing.
No, but some of them got caught up because they was in college. They was doing better for themselves.
Yeah.
But it's like
they went and got my boy right out of school.
Yeah,
just because he was associated with people.
That's a fact.
And he did not do nothing. He stood up for 4 or 5 years for nothing because no one said anything.
Yeah.
And it's wild.
You know, I know son, right? And let me say, I'm gonna be real on this one. I try to warn you on that shit. And I'm not saying I'm not even saying that. I'm not even saying that to be funny because, like, growing up, the nigga lived a block over from me or whatever the case was, and you know, I try to tell the nigga like, yo, bro, man, you know what I mean? You a cool cat, man. You could be fucking bitches, man, like he was. But you know, you could be running through a lot of things, man. You ain't like.
He's fucking bitches. Nah, my man was fucking He's fucking bitches with
but that's all he told us.
And then because at that age I was young, full of cum. But now listen, I'm telling you the truth, right? I told a nigga like, yo, bro, you ain't gotta be on that. You know what I'm saying? Be on the positive vibes. But he felt like he had to be on the other way. And to be honest with you, the shit's so crazy. Before they got him or whatever, I was on the phone with my brother and shit. And I'm like, yo, son, man, it's crazy. Like the niggas in grad school like me, you know, and the niggas about to graduate, like. You know, he about to get his master's, man. This nigga could sell him up.
Not I'm really thinking about it. It's like the lifestyle gets recycled because these rappers do it. Jay-Z might not have got caught, and there's other rappers that we might know that did the same thing. They didn't make the money or got out of it. Then all their friends got caught up in it, and then it just gets recycled over and over and over again until someone can run out of this shit. And it's like, what can you really do? But you gotta think, like, if I'm a rapper and I see Jay-Z made it, and I seen 50 make it, and all these hustling ass niggas that lost 92 bricks and shit, whatever.
But here's the thing. Sorry to cut you off. Once they were rappers, they weren't, well, let's safely say, once they've made it in a certain way, they no longer did those things. Listen,
but they say it.
The album before this one, Jay-Z, let's talk about him, was just talking about selling shit, and he hasn't probably sold drugs.
But you don't understand.
No, I get that.
Listen to things over and over.
No, I get that. But what I'm saying is, those he probably the plug.
He's a streaming title.
What people need to understand, and what young men need to understand, is all these people, these successes that we know of, those are one-off. Those are one-off situations.
But you just giving them more reason to do the bad thing. Saying
no,
that.
it's not. They're talking their story. Those are things that they've lived and they've overcome. Like, you can't do that. You can't be that because that outcome. What's the outcome?
Like,
and nowadays, niggas don't stand on their 2 feet. They don't stand up tall. Like when they get caught, when something happens, because they're not really like that.
That just goes to show niggas ain't all built the same way.
That's a fact. But this is the thing. You're not doing it because you have no choice. Like, you're doing it because it's like the cool thing. Oh, I heard it in the rap song, let me do it.
Yeah,
so it's like,
I feel you. Yeah, I feel you.
That's not.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but
For a perfect
rappers
example,
need to stop leading these kids to freaking solitary or getting raped by a fucking big bubble.
Yo,
wait,
who's that cat? Who's that cat with the fucked up lips? And he was talking about. He said Future is talking about nothing but drugs and lean and shit like that.
Fact.
And
now they talk about doing the drugs instead of selling drugs.
Right.
Exactly. Now
it's reversed.
Right, we're on lean. I never tried lean a day in my life. That's just not my style. But
life just kind of took me.
It's alright.
At one point.
It's alright.
I was gonna say, like, for example, like right now, everybody knows scamming is the thing to do. Like, everybody got a thing to do.
I ain't gonna front. If you got a link, get my inbox. I need some new clothes. But I'm gonna keep it this time.
But even the scammers,
Everybody's a scammer.
it's like left and right. Some guys do it. Some guys and girls do it to get their monthly Metro card, buy food, groceries and stuff. Then some just go to Fridays and pay for everybody's table and take out a girl every hour on the hour, happy hour. And I'm not even joking. I've seen it.
Why the fuck would you break the law to follow the law? Break the law, scamming to buy a Metro card.
But wait.
I'm jumping the fucking turnstile.
You're going to jail either way.
I'm about to go to jail for scamming and fucking be paying.
No. Let me hear. Like if you go on YouTube, I'm not gonna tell you where to go. Cause I don't want you to scam. A guy broke down the whole scamming thing, made the car from scratch. He said he buys MacBooks and sells them.
Yeah.
And makes his money.
That's a fact.
I'm just saying Metro card because it's smaller scale.
Got you.
You go do it.
Got you.
You feel me? It's a short flip. It's like,
got you.
Alright, now you jump over that turnstile that was ready for your ass.
I mean,
Metro card
we
you
live in
scam
dangerous,
you when
baby.
you're like 12.
Okay.
You scamming at 12?
Heard the big
I'm not a
homie.
scammer.
Oh,
alright.
You got a job.
I tell you.
Let them know.
No one is scamming. Here at the drop.
Speak for yourself.
So you a scammer?
No, that's so close, baby.
I buy them.
Like I was saying, no one here at the drop is scamming, so
Let that be known.
bad with that.
Police don't come this direction.
How about people who boost clothes? It's the same thing. They risk their lives.
You know how it goes when you see that little hole in the back of these sweaters. You already know what that means.
That's why I make my own clothes.
I'm just keeping it as
They could rip on a nail when they walking past something. It could happen.
How many doors you fucked up on? I'm just saying.
If it's directly on the inseam.
Listen, I don't care if you're a booster, half price, I'm with it. There's
That's
no holes, I'm good.
That's what she said.
As long as there's no holes, I'm good.
By the
Like,
way,
give me that.
I want you guys to know Shorty smacked. She's drinking on nothing.
Look
She's drinking on nothing. I just want you guys to know that. That's all I wanted to say. I was peeping game like, what are you sipping on?
I ain't even noticed, man.
So now that Stifler has called BB out. But go ahead.
I feel like there's other ways to risk your life. Chase your dream. Risk your life that way. Just don't be too
That's
dangerous.
not risking your
You could risk
freedom,
it. When I say life, I don't mean like life, like your soul, like die and get locked up. But your livelihood. Risk making a comfortable $12 at McDonald's for something else instead of go get $100K.
Why make $12 at McDonald's when you could make
$100K off of scamming?
$4K in 2 days?
She knew exact numbers. She knew exact numbers. I'm telling you, watch it.
I have a job.
Okay,
Where's the coon hat?
Hey,
Go ahead.
Chris Wright with a light bulb on his motherfucker. Ideas.
I'll be a fool because I can't tell people, man, don't go make $4,000
Right? You can't tell people that.
like somebody tell me that, man, I'm doing that shit. I also want you to understand, man, don't be like me, man. Like,
Be better.
be more brave. Understand that you have more sense. Understand that, like, at the end of the day, man, you don't want to go to jail, man. It's nothing fun about being around a bunch of men for 24 hours.
So if
They have girl boys again.
So wait, alright, so if they had girls in prison, you say fuck it.
What type of shit is y'all talking about?
Probably.
If there was girls in prison, you get locked up. How you bugging out?
What do you mean?
I'm good. I don't want no lady bully in jail. I don't want no lady in jail.
Wait a minute.
Yo,
It's
bro,
free rent.
if
Rent
yo,
and board.
What the fuck is y'all
Wait,
talking about?
what are you talking about? Wait.
I don't think taxes.
It's
Fucking
not
me.
free.
All right.
Being in jail, you have to pay.
what?
No,
Nice.
probably in New York it's free. Not every other place.
She been locked in other
You have to
places.
pay. You have to pay. I'm telling you, you have to pay. If you didn't know, now you know. If you
Now
get
you
locked
see
up in
that?
Florida, you gotta pay.
Straight
If you
from
don't
the
have
sky.
Hey, they have
if you
a
don't
daily-
have lawyer
daily
money,
fee.
if you don't have lawyer money, you damn sure ain't got red money for jail. So at the end of the day, don't go to that shit.
Yes.
Agreed. Nobody
If
wants
there's
to do
bitches
that.
in jail, these guys are going to jail.
Stop playing. Yo, listen to me, brother,
Okay,
man.
there you
Yo,
have
listen to me,
it.
man. I can't lie to you folks. There's a woman in there, a couple of chicks in there, man. I could probably go a week. I ain't gonna front to y'all niggas, man. I ain't gonna front to y'all, man.
Okay.
I can do a week, man.
So there you
I
have
can
it.
do no women. I'm losing my
Stifler
mind.
is risking his freedom for a week if there's bitches in jail.
No. No.
You just said it.
I mean,
Everyone else,
you're right.
the message is we would hope that people try not to go to jail and change the way of living to not go to jail.
Right.
And, you know, live up to their full potentials. That's what we would hope, right?
Agreed.
Stop listening to rap music.
Big facts, man. Big
You know,
facts.
I don't condone
Stop it.
that.
Listen to
Listen
Drake.
to Drake.
Anyways, until next time, people, we're out.
King Dawson.
More drop on your head top, bitch.